Huh? Kaboom!
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. Do we want to see what's going up with the Apple Vision Pro? Let's see. I don't know anything about it.
The Vision Pro was gonna be the new iPhone. It was Tim Cook's master plan to take control of the world and begin a new era of virtual reality.
Nobody wants to look at what the fuck is this?
Is that true? Why was this gonna be the new iPhone?
What is this? What is this? What are you going snorkeling? You with the?
I mean, he's not wrong. It does look like you could take that snorkeling.
What pool? Idiot.
Everybody was talking about it, buying in, excited to see what this future technological revolution would look like.
Sorry.
But then fast forward a year and Apple has admitted the entire thing was a giant failure.
No, of course, it was never a product for the masses. No.
Yeah, it's like, how would this be a product for the masses? Like, at least with the iPhone, even if it's like expensive, it's like people need phones. Nobody needs VR.
I think that's true. This was an innovator level product. This was a product made for people that were cutting edge.
Yeah, it was supposed they're selling it like it's a rich person's product, right? It's like 3,500 buccarinos. What do you mean?
It was like the Dreamcast, or I'm trying to think like
yeah,
other.
It's supposed to be like the next newest tech that has the most like advanced tech, you know. So like people who are rich and like want to be ahead of the times and have the new, you know, shiniest bells and whistles can afford it.
Examples of like, you know, really high-end products that people buy. This is always it was a high-end product for people that were really enthusiasts. Yeah, the PSP, exactly. Yeah, it's an early adopter price point.
Yeah.
Company now planning to completely discontinue the product. So how could this even happen? What went so horribly wrong?
Oh, really? The Apple Pro got discontinued? I didn't know that.
And why does nobody care about the Vision Pro anymore? Well,
because nobody has $3,000.
Yes. I like how they say anymore. Like, people cared about it to begin with.
Well, it quickly became apparent that once the novelty of the product wore off, it turned out that this new feature was just a fast from the get-go.
Now I don't use it every day anymore, and it's really, there's just not that many apps. Every time I see a new article about a couple new apps that came out, I would read that and be like, is there something else I can do? Because right now, not a lot.
Now, as we all know, Apple has always marketed itself as a luxury brand. It targets customers who are willing to spend more on high-quality, beautifully crafted...
What that means, what he's trying to say is that Apple likes to monetize people who are stupid, that are willing to spend money on things for no reason.
Yeah. I mean, that's most overpriced products, right? Like, this isn't just Apple. It's just, like, any product that is like, oh, this is super expensive and you know, brand new, cutting-edge technology. Like, yeah, like, anything that has that type of branding is trying to do that, usually.
Just fashionable products.
It's the new thing. It's the best one. Gotta capitalize on that FOMO. You could get it first. You could be the first one.
Usually worth it, be it the stylish iPhone, the portable iPad, or the stunning MacBook.
Yeah.
Apple has established itself as a brand that offers devices that integrate advanced technology with a satisfying user interface, all pioneered by Steve Wozniak and Steve Jobs. All of this together justified a premium price tag and assure customers...
Did it now? I'm sure it did for them. It justified it to them, but it sure as didn't justify it for everybody who they thought would purchase it.
That what they were paying for was completely worth it. But unfortunately for Apple users, the functionality and design of the Vision Pro was never worth the cost. And that's exactly why those who bought the headset...
Me and S-Fan and Nick were going to buy some of these and like do a tech video about it. Just never really happened. Because like, I feel like a lot of guys do that already, but like I do want to try and like get ahead on that. Because like I do think videos like that would be cool. Apple products are trash. That's not the reason why. It's just too expensive. And also it looks stupid.
Yeah,
like the
it's
iPod
not to
looks
say
cool.
that it wasn't a good product, right? Or it wasn't actually good, but it's like, we don't have the money for this, right? And they apparently planned on this, like, the other problem is they planned on it being as popular as the iPhone, so, like, appealing to the average person. Well, that's the first reason you went wrong, you know? It could be a nice product that people liked, but it was never going to be that big.
The iPhone looks cool. The Mac, iMac, like the MacBook, I mean, looks cool. Like with this, you look like an idiot. Why are you gonna pay money?
Look like a scuba diver. To be fair, okay, I think anybody who wears like a VR headset looks like a goober.
Look like an idiot.
felt justifiably let down.
I think that what's going to happen, the version of this that's going to work is going to be a version that, this is going to sound really stupid.
Oh, what is he looking up?
The version of this that's actually going to catch on is going to be something like this. It probably will not be like the Scouter thing. It will probably be like sunglasses, but it has to be something that looks cool. And it has a form of augmented reality that can automatically detect different things and then give you information based off of what
Chat's like, yeah, I'd get one of those. Yeah, but the price of that would be over 9,000.
Want it to do.
True.
Like basically regular glasses. Ray-Ban has them? Well, yeah, of course.
Because if you want people to wear something around every day, it has to be something that's more practical and feels nice to wear and doesn't make you look like a dumbass.
But Ray-Bans are really expensive. It needs to be convenient. It needs to look cool.
The hefty price tag of $3,490.
Because that's the whole point, is like you're paying for something for FOMO. So it's also like the reason why you think people should pay for it is because of status, right? That's what you're trying to get from it. Like you're wearing the most like innovating tech. So if it's something that you're supposed to use everywhere outside, it has to not make you look like an idiot.
$9 should have
$200 a
guaranteed
month.
that the Vision Pro would outdo most of their other products.
Jesus.
When you raise the bar, you have a standard to meet.
Jesus.
However, it seemed Apple had forgotten to see if the product met the standards its consumers expected, especially compared to much cheaper versions like the Meta Quest and the new Ray-Ban Meta glasses. And this oversight had a much more damaging effect than they ever expected. The price
I feel
of the
like Apple just isn't very good at bringing visionary products to an audience anymore.
Yeah, they seem like it was really out of touch. It's impressive sometimes how these companies can be so successful, but then like actually not realize why something that has a $3,000 pricing point is probably not going to do well with an audience as big as the group of people that use iPhones. Like, how do you not know that? I know that, and I'm not. It's just impressive.
I really think Steve Jobs was so important, and him not, like, think about how, like, what a transcendent product like the original Mac computer was. I think it was like the Mac 2, or like the iPod, or like, think about like Steve Jobs' product, the iPhone, is in every single person's pocket right now.
Yep.
In one way or another. Like maybe you have a Samsung, but a Samsung was built off of the iPod, or sorry, the iPhone.
Yeah. I knew what he meant, but yeah, he's right.
Vision Pro could buy you a 16-inch M3 Max MacBook Pro with 36GB of RAM and 1TB of storage. The MacBook would not only provide 10 times more features, but it will last you a lifetime and provide you with everything you need.
And you don't
There's
look
no
like an idiot.
comparison. A MacBook just wins hands down in
You don't look like an
practicality,
idiot.
features, and specs.
That's it.
And if you gave most people the option, they would choose the MacBook. Whereas the Vision Pro just seems like more of a gimmick these days.
Look at stupid. Look how stupid that is.
You don't want to go outside looking like that. You
look
could
at
do
this
this at
stuff.
home, okay? You could have this in your own house.
It's not that. Problem is people have spent decades trying to deliver the cyberpunk dream of plugging into machines way before we have the actual technology. I think that you will need to have Neuralink, and I think that it's very close. I think that we will have rudimentary Neuralink functionality for an average person in less than 5 years.
I don't really know the entirety of Neuralink. That sounds a little far-fetched in my opinion, but you know, that I don't know.
And although the MacBook can't match the Vision Pro's
I
capabilities,
feel like that's a stretch, you know. That's just my opinion, especially not in 5 or 10 years.
By the way, we already do. It's just that at a big scale, no shot.
Yeah, I kind of don't know what he's meaning. I'm not the person to ask. I'll tell you that much. First human patent to receive a Neuralink brain implant used to stay
It
up
already
all night.
happened.
Oh, right, I remember that. Yeah, but like,
Yeah.
That's like one person, and like, I feel like I would have to read through that, because I feel like a lot of people can do really impressive things, but having it be widespread, affordable, and able to apply to the masses without issue, I don't know. Like, yes, it could happen. Like, I believe that, like, there's some crazy things we can do with tech that are unimaginable, but it's hard to get them on a large scale where they don't mess up.
Like,
and you don't need a lot of people watching this person.
already there. Like, I'm
yeah,
saying,
the
like,
other
yeah.
thing is, like, sometimes those articles are kind of clickbaity, right? So the problem lately is that a lot of people, like, a lot of these headlines will say something incredible happened, And it's like, if you read the fine print, it's like, I don't know. It's kind of like a stretch, you know what I'm saying? And even in the circumstance where that did happen, it's like it's only one person, so it's hard to like have that happen on a large scale.
The Vision Pro's many shortcomings are leading to rumors that Apple will
Humbly
discontinue the
disagree,
product
but that's my
because
opinion.
nobody seems to really be buying it. And
Fuck
whilst
if
it is
I
a
know.
hefty price tag, the pricing just doesn't match the features here. There were only about 12 compatible apps compared to the 3,000 apps on the iPad release in April 2010. Of the 12 compatible apps, it did not feature Netflix or even Spotify, which meant right off the bat it had limited to no means of access to the most popular platforms. And the main thing with all of this augmented virtual reality stuff is that you're supposed to be hooked in. You never want to leave. You never want to escape the universe you find yourself in. It's supposed to be the ultimate feeling of dopamine, where everything you look, you're constantly wired in, always stimulated, playing games while you walk on the street.
Yeah, it's overstimulation.
Yep.
That's not what people want. People want augmented reality, not this. You know what this looks like to me? This looks like you just opened up your grandma's web browser and her homepage is Yahoo.
I mean, it's not wrong. This interface is 100% super cheap looking. The other thing is if this was actually successful, what would happen immediately is there would be rules in place that you like could not walk around outside like across streets with this on. Like if this was successful, like they would have bans on it so quickly, right? Like if they actually implemented this, because like have you guys seen the people who run flat into like telephone poles and shit because they're just looking at their phone? Like there's no way there would not be laws that would be like, if this shit's on your face, like you are going to get a fine.
Like really, it's like this is what it's like. You're using the internet without ad blocker.
Being in the cinema while you're on an airplane. This was the whole
Cocomelon
point
for
of the
adults,
Vision
yeah.
Pro.
Oh, no.
And it's why we made several videos talking about how this was such a bad idea
Not Cocomelon.
to begin with.
Hell.
But as there's no real compatible apps, it means right off the bat, the Vision Pro had limited to no means of access to the most popular platforms.
The reason why I had no compatible apps is because nobody would want to design an app for such a small audience of people because they can't make money at scale. And that's the way apps make money.
Which leaves you with kind of just nothing. Only a select few apps that's almost guaranteed to be the
there you go.
climax. I mean, the pricing's bad enough. And the fact
Yeah, I
that
was gonna say, it just impresses me that they looked at this and they're like, yeah, everyone will be able to afford this. This will,
I think it would be cool to be able to hear a song playing somewhere and be able to look up exactly what song it is. Or look at something in a store and I can see where it was manufactured and how much it costs.
Maybe, but I don't know. You could do that right now. That exists on your phone. You can literally like, there's an app that can listen to a song and within like a couple beats tell you what song it is. It may not be connected to your skull, but it exists. And also, there's also something that has like an image detector, and if you take a picture of something, a lot of times it can tell you what it is. And also, it can take a picture of like a water bottle from Japan and it can translate what it says. So we already kind of have that without it needing to cost you $3,500. So I think that's the other problem, right? Is this is only offering you like one thing, whereas like the phone, it's like it offers you several things. And so at this pricing point, it's just like you're gonna pass this one up.
there's not even many reasons to be in this virtual world.
You gotta fish where the
with
fish
barely
are.
any overstimulation, combined with the fact that the Vision Pro only has 2 hours of battery life, it just feels like Apple wanted this
Didn't they
product to
learn from the Game Gear? What are they doing? The Sega made this mistake years ago.
fail. The battery is attached to the device and not only presents itself in a flimsy, unstable manner, but also contributes to its weight. The position and size of the battery gives the impression that not much thought went into this. It hangs so awkwardly, and if anyone turns too fast, you might be met with some battery bashing. Yes, you can put it in your pocket, but accidentally sitting on it might be an expensive lesson. It should have been made much more sturdy fitting on the device, and you'd think that despite all of these issues, Apple would at least try to ensure that the headsets actually sit on people's faces properly.
Oh
but they
my
didn't even do that
God.
right.
Buy it if you can't even, like, if you're so lazy that other products that are cheaper are better.
Initially, the Vision
Oh,
Pro was
well,
meant
He
to
got a
be
weird head though.
released with a
You
solo
gotta, yeah, maybe they do fit well. Did the people that put it on just have weird shaped domes?
band with an adjustable
Yeah,
dial
he
that
might
would
have a
offer
weird
great
head.
fit and
Yeah,
distribute
he's
weight
got a
evenly.
weird
But they
dome,
opted for the
surely.
dual loop band, which doesn't cover your head properly or even distribute the weight. Vision Pros weigh about 600 to 650
That's a pound.
grams, which usually start to feel under the rise after
more
wearing the
than that,
headset
actually.
for a short time. Of course, this
Yeah.
will lead to bruising and pain if not lifted and shifted to ease the discomfort. The headband is all around you, and it's just more of a bother rather than a benefit. Now, it is actually possible to buy the original solo knit band Apple designed, but who wants
It's
to
only $100.
pour more money into a product
That's
that already
insane.
cost a small fortune?
$100?
It's crazy the design team never took the comfort of the product into account in the cost. It just feels like Apple is trying to get as much money as possible at the expense of its consumers. And at the same time, this is far from the experience machine. It's ultimately just a boring augmented reality that there's
Yeah.
not much
Yep.
even to do there anyway. All of this for reportedly produced headaches, migraines, and some neck pain. It just doesn't seem like there's
People
any
got
practical
black eyes. What the hell? What happened? They're talking about neck pain and headaches. It said black eyes. What happened?
use for this in the long term. It seems more like a toy
These
for
They're getting beat up by $3,500 technology put on their face.
Goggles are never gonna
Ow.
catch on.
Yeah, no
you
thanks.
just look stupid.
rich people to buy that after a
Yeah.
week they would never use again.
Exactly.
But before we continue, I want to tell you about our video sponsor. You see, the most exciting thing about Cyber Monday is getting an amazing deal
Yeah.
you wouldn't normally get, except with
There's actually a secret. If you want to get a really good deal from something in a store, what you have to do is put the thing that you want in your pocket and then walk out of the store
Oh my,
without paying
stop
for it.
it. That's called stealing.
Raycon, because with Raycon you
Oh
get an
my
amazing
God.
deal on premium audio
Like,
every day of the
yeah.
year. But for Cyber Monday, they're stepping it up, offering you guys up to 30% off site-wide.
You gotta make sure they
So
don't
if you're
have those
looking for
beepers
the
in them,
perfect
though.
pair of
Oh
earbuds,
my
this is
lord.
the moment to grab Raycon's everyday earbuds. I really love these earbuds because they come with an amazing 32-hour
That's a
battery
great
hate
life,
this one
in
discount.
trick.
addition
Shut
to
up,
multi-point
Jay. Shut up.
connectivity, which basically means I can switch seamlessly between my phone and laptop, which is really perfect for working on these videos while listening to my favorite playlists on my phone. Plus, they also have active noise cancellation, which is a total game changer. It's super ideal when you're in noisy environments. Personally, I use it a lot
I
when I'm
wish
just
I
on
liked
flight.
noise cancellation, but it makes me feel like I just got trapped within my own mind. So it freaks me out.
As it really lets me focus without any distractions.
I went on my first South by Southwest flight. Southwest Airlines. South by Southwest is it's a thing here. I was like literally inside of the AOE range of two mothers with crying babies, and I was in the
Oh
middle.
my god. Okay, never mind.
I was the Venn diagram.
Okay, in the case of something horrible like screaming children, all right, maybe this is great.
And the design is
I'm
beautiful.
gonna fly
For me, I
Delta
went with
for the rest
sleek
of my
matte blue,
life.
which I've never really seen
Oh
on
my
other
God.
earbuds. It's way better than just sticking with the usual
Yeah.
black or white.
And I hadn't
at
slept
the
for
same
30
time,
hours.
Raycon's quality rivals some of the biggest audio names out there. But here's the thing, they start at half the price. So you're already getting incredible value before even factoring in Cyber Monday's up to 30% off deal, which will come with the sleek protective case that supports wireless charging. With just 10 minutes of charging, I get
Today's
90
Cyber
minutes
Monday,
of
isn't it?
playback, which is a complete lifesaver on busy days. And this is why I use my Raycons daily, whether it's editing, hitting the gym, or just listening to audiobooks on a flight. So if you're on the fence, don't be, as Raycon offers a 30-day happiness guarantee, so you really can't go wrong. Head to buyraycon.com/moonyt
Yeah,
for up to
it's like-
30% off site-wide.
I don't think I would like noise cancellation, but when I think of an area where there's people being extremely loud, I would rather have the sounds of music than loud people. So in that specific situation,
And with a battery of 2 hours, it seems like long-term use was never even possible. You can watch movies in 2D, but let's face it, most great movies are longer than 2 hours. A lot of users even reported some motion sickness from the visuals. If you
Why would
intend
you want to watch it? It's fucking annoying to have to do that on your face. It's just annoying. It's not what people want to do.
oh my god, it's a torture session. $3,500 for a torture session. That's so funny.
do your work with the Vision Pro, it takes time to get used to all the features. 2 hours at a time, of course. And once you get into the swing of things, you will need a
So
1.5
silly.
hour break every 2 hours to recharge the battery. You
Yeah.
could buy another battery at an extra cost and keep swapping them out, but it just seems so impractical for long-term use. And who wants to carry another battery around?
It could
And
give you
even
a
if
head-
you
bro,
did
I
buy
feel
the
like if
Vision
I wore that a long time, I get a headache.
Pro, you have to
That's
do a
because you would, because some people are getting black eyes apparently, which is insane.
personalized facial scan to see which of the 28 different light seals work for the new Vision Pro only.
Yeah.
If this isn't done, it can impact the comfort level and the amount of light leaks that can interfere with eye tracking. Now the obvious problem here is that it indicates that the Vision Pro is set up for one user only. Guests can use it, but they have very limited access, which could disrupt the settings. And while the Vision Pro does cater to FaceTime, a call won't connect to the headset automatically. It shows that the team overthought the practical uses and didn't even bother with certain features. FaceTime
Yeah,
being
like
one of
they're doing it lazily, like overpricing it, saying it's the best one there, and overpricing it.
Sorry, but like,
And making it, like, half-assing it.
I want to go back to what I said before. This guy looks like a fucking moron. Look at
You
him.
really do, though. Like, that's the other thing, is like, if you see a guy with this on, you're not like, wow, this is the you know, that guy's cool. It's like, nah, that guy's a weirdo. Look at him. He's wearing his, like, tech scuba gear out in the open.
He looks like a goddamn idiot. Look at this stupid asshole. What a dumbass.
He's probably gonna run right into a pole. He's gonna have a black eye and $3,500 down the drain.
The hell is this? Yeah, is this Cyclops from X-Men? Like, get out of here.
I know, there
FaceTime
was
being
even
one of the
memes
most
about him for a
critical.
while, right?
However, the
Oh,
design may be intimidating to use casually because of its exorbitant cost and fragility. Although the magnetic light blocking attachment is high quality, its general fragility raises concerns. If the Vision Pro is used during activities or handled by someone unfamiliar with its parts, poses a high risk. People walk into walls and doors distracted by the images, and
People
one wrong
walk into walls and doors anyway, but yeah, true.
move can
Yeah,
damage
they
the
do.
parts, and this would be an insanely costly repair. The keyboard also doesn't support automatic damage
bro.
to the parts, and this would
Look at this.
be an insanely costly.
Look at this idiot. Like, who's this goofboy on camera? Who's this goofboy on the TV? What's he doing? This is so stupid.
Repair. The keyboard also
man,
doesn't
I would
support
never
automatic
even want to
Dumbass,
watch
yeah.
So if you're
with
not an
that
English
on.
speaker,
Yeah.
or perhaps you want to change to your native language, this isn't actually an option on the Vision Pro. Now,
The
to
only
be
way
fair,
you can
this
make it more funny is if you put googly eyes on the front of it.
is probably why the Vision Pro isn't sold everywhere in the world. So the chances are most people don't even have the option to buy one. However, Apple does sell the Vision Pro in Japan, China, Hong Kong, and Singapore. The headset not catering to the language is a huge oversight. These basic fundamental functions
So
were
they're gonna offer it worldwide, but they're not gonna offer it in their language.
left off, and for the price, it just seems so unjust. As when it comes to Apple, consumers never expect them to cut corners. But unfortunately, Tim Cook's new Vision Pro, the thing that was supposed to be the new iPhone, couldn't even provide a good experience with the audio without the users having to buy another product. While it does deliver
Oh my
Okay,
god.
I think this guy got it wrong. He thinks that this was an error. I think that was a feature.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't necessarily. Like, so you think that they did that on accident? Like, wow.
This man's
good sound, it
undercooked.
fails to
Oh.
block background noise.
What a
To get a better
surprise.
experience, one would need to add a set
Yeah,
of Apple's
oopsie.
newest versions of AirPods. Another big expense to a better product that should have been factored in originally. And of course, the Vision Pro is only compatible with other Apple products, which might be fine if you're already an Apple user. However, if this is your first Apple product, you'll
It
inevitably
didn't
face
support more mature materials, so you couldn't watch any adult content on these. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, the other thing I guess that is a component is, like, there are other people that are making stuff like this. You know what I mean? There are other people that are making similar things, so if the competition is better than yours and offers more, like, nobody's gonna want to pay that price tag.
challenges and disappointments.
Yeah, of course.
Even ordering the Vision Pro online can only be done via an Apple device unless you physically buy the product yourself.
That's actually a really good point. Like, if you were a non-Apple user, using an iPhone or using an iPod was just completely a native experience. It's like you could immediately figure out what the fuck was going on with it just by fucking around with it. But this, yeah, it's probably way more complex.
Apple Store. And on top of that, there's also no USB to a computer, which again
Stifled
seems
the
like a
innovation.
huge oversight since most of us invariably need to transfer data at some point. In fact, that's one of the main selling points in all of the adverts. Even when connecting it to the MacBook, the AirDrop will stop working as soon as you remove the Vision Pro, which means you just keep it on your face until the task is completed. Even the eye tracking has issues. Selecting icons and hyperlinks
Bro.
can be tricky, and if incorrectly applied, it's such a frustrating
The
experience.
fact that they can't even get the eye tracking right, and you can buy like an eye tracker for very cheap on Amazon, and it's just like it just seems like they're trying to fumble everything. I didn't know like they are failing spectacularly.
If you move the window up, you ironically roll your eyes as you go too far for what the device can cater to. If the Vision Pro is not fitted correctly, you can also reduce the device's calibration. Resetting the calibration requires way too many steps, and Apple didn't factor quickly.
Think about all this. Like, he's just going through it. Like, wouldn't it just be easier to have it read your brainwaves?
Oh.
Like, can we just cut out this weird fucking, like, I feel like, you know, elementary school was computers and high school is going to be actual full Neuralink deep dive. And we're in like this weird, awkward middle school phase where we have these cringe ass snorkeling goggles that people are trying to wear around and think they're cool. You're not cool. You look like an idiot.
The thing is like, I don't know how to explain it. I don't necessarily think there's like this time when we're gonna make like the perfect things that everybody's gonna be able to afford, right? Maybe it'll happen, but I just feel like when you're making this type of stuff that is so beyond what anyone can afford, like it's gonna be out of touch, and I can't even fathom this existing and being in touch with other people, I guess. I don't know why. It's like whenever I see products like this in general, they seem out of touch.
Fixes into the Vision
Like, this is impressively bad, but, like, I'm not surprised, I guess.
Visual aids,
being honest.
which is why it's no wonder that it seems like Apple is going to discontinue the Vision Pro completely.
Yeah, I wonder
as
why.
it's just such a subpar product, and yet it's basically their most expensive product. All for a bulky, uncomfortable, not easy to use, augmented reality machine. That's almost 10 times the product of their competitor, the Meta Quest.
Right.
But at least you can wear it while traveling, right? You can watch movies, go into different universes, plug in and drop out. That was the main point of the Vision Pro. It was the main issue of our concerns in our previous videos on the product, that it's the ultimate distraction machine. And yet the Vision Pro doesn't even seem practical for traveling. One of the key selling points in the advert, as you can't put the Vision Pro in your travel bag and think it will be safely tucked in. In reality, it just becomes an awkward and inconvenient experience, and the components are so fragile and not worth the risk of breaking in your travel bag. But also, who wants to wear the Vision Pro in public?
Like, this guy, bro, this is somebody, like, really, bro? Like, this guy is living, he thinks he's living in the future. Bro, you are living exactly in 2024. And nobody is going to be living like this in 5 years.
A bunch of videos and TikToks going viral, showing people with their Vision Pros.
Do not use these while driving. That's the thing, right? Is if it was successful, what would happen is that people would probably not like it anyway, because what would happen is it would get banned everywhere. You wouldn't be able to use it a lot of places. Because, like, you know, using your phone while driving is illegal. Texting and driving is illegal. So, like, this would not be illegal to wear in a lot of places. There would be so many restrictions on it as well.
Into a different world where they were on public transport.
What an idiot.
And yet suddenly it seems like these videos have completely stopped. If you go outside, you almost see nobody wearing it anymore.
I really hoped it being an Apple product would help it make some traction. It did get some traction because it was impressively stupid. It was like very, very stupid. It's not like it was an underappreciated, really cool tech idea that no one caught on to. It was like they made it poorly, didn't even think of the consumer, didn't make it correctly for their faces. It deserves what it got. I do not feel bad for Apple in any way. Like, they deserve it. Good job, dumbass.
Because you look stupid.
Yeah, you're right. People getting tickets for distracted driving was one of the things that killed the Google glasses, right? I forgot about that. Yeah, $3,500.
Or for a very brief time is almost a gimmick, but now it seems to be completely nowhere. Undoubtedly because you stick out like a sore thumb
you look
in
like
the
an
public
idiot.
eye.
Yeah.
And almost seem like a complete weirdo who needs to be overstimulated at all times. And of course, compared to Meta's
weirdo
Ray-Ban
that's
glasses,
running into things blindly.
you just draw so much attention to yourself. This isn't like
this is what it's going to be. This is going to be the future. But I don't know why. They need to get out of this. Like, you know what? I feel like how they have, like, robot hands. Stop trying to make it look like a human hand, bro. Give me some Darth Vader shit. Give me some crazy fucking...
You're gonna have the weirdest, almost flesh, but not flesh arms. If you try to make it look natural, you're gonna get, like, the weirdest Uncanny Valley stuff. I think it's okay to have the tech look like tech, you know?
Like Chiron from Space Marine 2 shit. Why can't I have like a sword as like my middle finger, right? Like, let's get some cool shit in here. Yeah, like look at what Cyberpunk
Give me some elbow blades.
does, and then just do that. Just look at Blade Runner, Cyberpunk, Star Wars. All right, put them all together. There's the product. There you go.
pair of
That's
glasses,
what people want.
at least with Meta's Ray-Ban glasses, is almost indistinguishable from normal glasses.
Yep, the
and this is
DVC
the key
scouter,
issue
yep.
that Apple is facing right now. The Vision Pro stepped into the virtual reality and augmented reality sector already under Meta's dominance.
Yep.
Meta's Quest range has secured a position with budget-friendly and user-friendly
Oh my
gadgets.
god, yeah, like, look, this is only 500 compared to their 3,500. How do they not look around and be like, wait a minute, ours is like, they could buy, what? It's like they could buy 7 of these, of the Meta Quest 3s. And they don't see a problem, like, damn.
The Vision Pro's emphasis on premium attributes isolated the general user base, pitting it against significantly more economical and user-friendly alternatives. And customers started dropping their Vision Pro and selling it once they realized there was really nothing they could even do with it.
Yeah,
so what does Apple have to say about this? Well, Apple first projected that about 800,000 Vision Pros would sell out within a year. However, the low production yields and supply chain issues meant Apple could not even meet its own projections. By the time they'd sorted out these issues, the Vision Pro didn't quite have the same sway on buyers, and most people had already moved on from the gimmick. And the customers that did buy it continued to complain, which led Apple to drop their projections to 400,000.
That's half. That's really bad.
Yeah,
Employees said they had suspended production of the Vision Pro components in May.
Wow.
And now production is expected to come to a complete stop by the end of November in 2024. CEO Tim Cook said that not everyone would take the new Apple innovation into their hearts, and he further explained that it was more of an early adopter product, meaning it was aimed
He's right. He's absolutely right about this. That this product wasn't ever meant for the general public in the same way the iPhone or the iPod was.
Yeah, yeah.
This is something made for people that are enthusiasts.
customers who wanted technology ahead of its time. And while this hasn't slowed Apple down, they are now deciding to hold off on the second generation of the model for a year, as they intend to release a cheaper, more advanced model in 2027, and even aim to produce computer contacts in 2030. But it's almost a good thing that this doesn't work, as a dystopian future of everyone plugged in and overstimulated all the time, never turning it off in their own little isolated universe. It seemed like a nightmare Black Mirror situation that was done.
It's like he's on fentanyl. Like, if you took those goggles off of him and you put him in front of a abandoned building, people would think he was on fentanyl.
But that's probably because of the fact that he would have black eyes, because they don't fit people's heads correctly, okay?
Yeah. As if you think you're already addicted to your phone,
component. That's not helping
watching
the cause.
videos. Can you even imagine how addicted you would be with your own perfect universe created around your own tastes? And it seems like the failure of the Vision Pro shows that the public generally rejects this idea.
Well, yeah, because even if this works, like, nobody besides the people selling it are going to like this idea, right? It's a net negative outside, because people already freaking don't look where they're going and, like, drop stuff. They film stuff instead of helping people, you know? They run flat into doors because they're not looking where they're going.
I think he's right about all this. He is. This is a good video. I remember whenever...
For that price, it should at least not make you throw up in public, Drew.
This got popular and people were asking me when I was going to get one or something. I actually thought about buying one for content, but I didn't buy one because I thought that there would be something... I could just do something better with my money.
True.
But
not
yeah,
wrong.
there's the video. Give it a like. I think that's it. No one rejected it. Just cost too much. No, I think that if it was free, people wouldn't... If Apple mailed one of these to each person in the entire society, I think that you would still see a lot of people not use it.
Yeah.
Even if it was free, because it's embarrassing and weird to use, and it gives you headaches, and it doesn't have a lot of functionality.
Yeah,
that's the truth. If I had one, like, I mean, again, I can buy one.
Even for free, I wouldn't like a device that gives me headaches and a black eye and motion sickness. I'm good.
I don't even think about it. I don't want one. It's stupid. That's it. I would steal it. Yeah, it's a gimmick, bro. It's just, you know what? You know what it's like? There it is. Is this? Yeah. Didn't work. Didn't work back then. Tim Cook didn't know about this. Fucked around.
Does it even work with glasses? It's probably a hazard. If it gives you a black eye, I would guess it would probably break your glasses.
Found out. That's it. And why'd they make it red? Because red is fast.
True.
Like, fast things are red, slow things are gray. That's just it.
Yeah,
this looks better? Yeah, it does.
Fast.
It actually does look better.
Much of gamer logic. True. Anyways. I don't know where all this other thing is coming in here, like IS, but if they were rivals with the other company, they'd be like, I can't wait to get my nausea simulator 5,000 for the low price of 3,500.